One of the biggest reasons home based chocolate businesses are not able to make money during big festivals in India like Diwali, Eid, Christmas is not because they don't get enough orders. It's because they don't plan their inventory smartly. They either run out of stock during peak demand या फिर उनके पास thousands of rupees worth of unsold inventory season के बाद बच जाती है. So today I'll show you exactly how you can plan your festive inventory so you can maximum profits and minimize waste. Let me take you to the four common mistakes which we oftenly make during this festival time. So, the first biggest mistake that we do is we produce based on excitement and not data. So we are like, okay, this is an amazing product, an amazing idea, and I'm going to sell it like crazy. And we often fail to check the data, like how many clients we have, what is our customer base, what is the actual demand and requirement for that particular product in the market, and we try to overproduce whatever product it is rather than going on the data. We work with emotions and we work with excitement. Now, mistake number two that we oftenly make is making too many product varieties. We often get confused by watching amazing pictures on Pinterest and Instagram and feel like, oh, this is doable, this looks so attractive, and we often try to accommodate too many product varieties in our catalog, and this mistakes cost us heavy because there is no streamlined production of one single variety and it causes chaos in our production unit. The third mistake that we often make is buying packaging before validating demand. Whatever products we are deciding on, whatever gift packs we are deciding on, we try and buy a lot of packaging material before even validating if that particular product has a demand in market or not. Only because we feel that the product is good and we should make the product and it will sell doesn't always mean that the product is going to sell in the market. So before we take move to the step of investing in packaging, we should always make it a point to validate the product. The fourth mistake that we often make is waiting for orders before preparing inventory. We just sit idle and we wait for orders. But what we should do is we should prepare an inventory and then we know that what is the quantity and quantum of order that we can cater on the basis of the inventory that we have prepared. And the inventory that we will prepare depends on our capacity. If I'm working alone, I don't have any employees and I don't have any hands to work with me, then I should know my capacity and accordingly I will plan my inventory and accordingly I will target my orders. But if I know that I can get extra helping hands during festival time and I might have 4 to 6 extra hands and my capacity would be say for example 500 boxes is my capacity. Last year I did 400 boxes and this year I'm planning to do 500 boxes. So I should plan my inventory and the product accordingly. Now, do you want to know how successful businesses work? Successful businesses work backwards from the date of festival. So you should know who your suppliers are. What's the lead time? Like for example, if you have a supplier in Mumbai and you are ordering particular product packaging material from that supplier, then you should know your lead time, how many days it will require for that packaging material to reach you, and you should know your production timelines. For example, if you are making a particular product called almond rocks and it takes in one day, if you have one employee, you are able to make 200 almond rocks in a day. So this is how you know your production line. If you plan 1 week's production, so in 7 days you are going to make 1400 almond rocks. So this will define how many orders you are going to take and what is the kind of raw material that you require for the production, what is the kind of cash flow that you require for the production, and what is depending on the lead time at what point of time you should order your packaging material from the vendor. So if I have to take an example of Diwali festival, so how do I plan my timeline for Diwali festival? So you can start 90 days before. So 90 days before Diwali, you finalize the products that you are planning to pitch for this festival. What are the different products and what are the different gift packs and packaging that you are going to offer for this festival season. So your entire month will go on the R&D, preparing the products, preparing the catalog, and working around the prices, costing, and all those things. 60 days before, you can order the packaging and you can confirm the suppliers. Like for example, there is a minimum inventory level of packaging you would maintain, and then if your orders are more, you can confirm with your vendors that okay, how many days before should I place the order with you if I get more orders for the same boxes, and will the box be available at that time or will it go out of stock. So when you are taking orders from your clients, you know what kind of commitment to make to your clients. If you have ordered 100 boxes of a particular variant and if the vendor says that yes, I can supply you more 500 boxes of the same variant, then you can take orders for 600 boxes of the same variant with just maintaining an inventory of 100 packaging units with you, because packaging is volumetric, and if you're operating from home, you won't have enough space to stock so much of packaging material with you. So this is how you can plan your packaging inventory and your production inventory for the Diwali. So 60 days before, you confirm your suppliers. 45 days before, you create samples of your products and you actually start marketing. So you create samples, you give around for tasting, you create your packaging hampers, samples, you ask for the samples from the vendors, you create them, you create your catalog, you price them, you know what are your profit margins, you know what is your lead time, and then you can start marketing, you can start circulating these catalogs and these tasters to your target audience around. And 30 days before Diwali, you can actually start locking your orders and start with your production. Once you know that your orders have started to come in, you can start with your production simultaneously and start preparing for the orders that are going to come to you. And 15 days before the festival, you can begin distribution and you can keep a cycle of first in, first out. The first order that have come in will go first out, or every client has a different delivery date. Some people require their gifts 15 days before Diwali, some people require their gifts like on the day of the festival, some require 3 4 days later. So accordingly, you can prepare your Excel sheet and spread your orders around. If this year is your second or third festive year for your business, then you can also follow an 80-20 rule before planning your inventory. So you should see that which products generated most of your sales last year. So many successful businesses identify their top performing SKUs and invest more heavily in those rather than spreading inventory across every product. So, for example, if last year Diwali you had segmentation, you were manufacturing almond rocks, you were making truffles, and you had gift boxes which had an assortment of your truffles, almond rocks, and few of the other products which you were sourcing from the market, like dry fruits and maybe diya candles or whatever for your gift boxes. So, out of these three segments from the last year's data, if you analyze, if you see that okay, almond rocks out of the total revenue that I got, 40% contribution was from almond rocks, 25% contribution like was from truffles, and around 20% contribution was from gift boxes, and the remaining 10-15% was miscellaneous few other products which I was not planning to do on large scale. So now this year when you plan your inventory, focus on almond rocks. Focus on getting your 50% revenue just from almond rocks. Focus on getting your 30% revenue from truffles and the remaining 20 to 25% revenue from your gift boxes. So last year, for example, if you did a turnover of 5 lakh rupees, this year you can plan a 10 to 15% growth and plan a turnover of 5.5 to 6 lakh rupees with this kind of inventory model where you are giving the highest preference to your hero SKUs, the bestseller from the last time, and accordingly don't make the mistake of distributing your inventory in equal parts. So if you like distribute your inventory in equal parts, like 33% to almond rocks, 33% to truffles, and 33% to gift boxes, then it might happen that you might fall short of almond rocks and you might be left with a dead inventory of the gift boxes. So produce more winners, and your focus should be that only while planning your inventory. Another thing that you can do to plan your inventory wisely is divide your inventory into three categories. So, your category one would be the fast moving products, and you can keep highest stock for your fast moving products. So, if I have to quote an example, for me, my fast moving products are almond rocks, stuffed dates, and choco coins. So these are the three which moves really fast. They go in all the gift hampers, and they also go into the B2B segment where a lot of other gift hamper people, they order these three category of products. So whenever we have idle time in our production, we focus on making all these three products, so that we know that these are the fast moving products and they will never get dead stock, and they will always generate revenue for us. The second category can be the moderate stock. So the second category are the products which are not moving very fast and which don't move very slow. They are like moderate kind of category. So if I have to quote an example, in our business, the gift packs that we have. So we have this chocolate treasure box, and we have this one gift pack with three bars. So it's a 3 bar gift box, and then we have the third gift pack called Happy Moments, which have three boxes of our pan mats. So this three premium gift box that we have, they move in like medium pace. So the stock that I would maintain for the products that go inside them would be moderate. And the third category can be the experimental products. Every year our clients, if the client base is same, they keep asking कि ये साल नया क्या है, आप दिवाली में नया क्या बना रहे हो, नया क्या गिफ्ट पैक है. And we can't continue the same thing, but we should add, and we need to add one or two new products for our regular corporate clients because they need something new every year. So this category of making something new is the experimental products. We are not sure if it's going to perform really well. It can go in few of the hampers in the products that we are going to make. So what we can do is, for the category 3 experimental products, we can maintain very limited stock. So this would prevent dead inventory. So for example, if I have to quote in my business, so last year I created this product called Grand Prix Rocher. I was not sure about the response, so I, got printed only 100 boxes for this product, and the product was not very successful because it was like a little heat sensitive, and I was using pure milk chocolate and hazelnut paste and all the premium ingredients. So it was little costly for Diwali and very heat sensitive. And in Diwali, people avoid heat sensitive products because the product is going to pass through 2 to 3 layers of distribution channels. It is not going directly in the hands of end user, and people, while they distribute their gifts, they require 10 to 15 days of time. So they're looking for a heat sustainable product. Like, this is just one of the tips that I want to give you. While you are planning your Diwali products, make it more heat sustainable and not very heat sensitive. So this product didn't really work well. It was an experimental product. If someone was asking what's new, I said, okay, we have this Grand Prix Rocher box new this year, but it was like it just moved a little bit. And this year, we have planned not to continue that product since we didn't really get a very good response for that product last year. So this is how you can divide your category in the three segments and plan it accordingly as well. So at the end, when I plan my festive inventory, I ask myself only three questions. What sold best last year? What am I absolutely confident I can sell? And what inventory will still be useful after the holiday? If I cannot answer those questions confidently, I reduce my inventory. Tell me in the comments, what's your biggest festive inventory challenge? Is it running out of stock or being left with unsold inventory? And if you are building a homemade chocolate business, subscribe this channel because every week I share practical chocolate business strategies that help you build a profitable business. You may share this video with someone who might need it, and I'll see you in the next.